live. Me and my kids are running late. But still great. Late and great. Nice nails, Sasha Mott. When Sasha Mott's still up, the kids still up. They trying to see what? I'm looking at. Oh, they can't see your nails, baby. I ain't on video yet. She wants y'all to see her nails. So we're gonna give her a round of her nails. A sound of explosion. That's right. We here at Gye-Nyame Journey Live. I gotta remind you that we are Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Well, this is a Heart of a Summer production. We strive to blow up your old paradigm. Alright, y'all listen to Tribal Quotes. We are on day 88. Sasha, say good evening so you can go and get out the way. Say hello.
Hello.
Say how y'all doing.
How you doing?
Alright, now go in there and sit down and be quiet. Wait for Clee to finish your food. Jenny, you want to say something before I get started? Because you could have helped me with the show, but you decided to run across the street real quick. So now, you got to just deal with saying hello. Come around here. Come on. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
What you want them to know before I go and get busy?
I know how to spell skip.
Still? We still on skip? Okay, I'm going to celebrate. I'm glad you can spell at least skip. Spell skip for us.
S-K-I-P.
You getting better every time. The first time you did it, you couldn't do it. Second time, you kind of stumbled. Now you done got it. We're going to give you the explosion, girl. That was hot. If I had a round of applause, I'd give you the round of applause. We're going to give you the Phoenix scream. All right, so now I get into my show. Oh, my God. Where's my solo music? Oh, I need it. There we go. On in to this part of the journey, man. I can't believe it, y'all. We are on day 88, man, and we're moving and we're shaking and we're building, right? And I want to thank all those that have been giving me support. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's through Ambit or whether it's through our Patreon page, all of them, just type in Gye-Nyame Journey or GNJ. You know what I'm saying? You go to our Patreon page and support us. I put up the link for those out there. Those of you that want to call in, because we are taking calls tonight. Yep, we're taking calls. But if you don't call, that's cool, because I love talking to myself just as much as I love talking to you. I prefer to talk to you more, but hey, I have some good conversation if I do say so myself, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put up this this link so that all of y'all that may be listening can go and help us out on Patreon. Realize that every time you make a donation, right? Every time, ain't even a donation, every time we trade something, right? Every time we trade something, every time you support us, you allow us to continue doing what we're doing. You allow us to keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying? And those of you that might not can donate money. You know what I'm saying? Donate some time. Like and share some of the videos on YouTube. Like and share us on Spreaker. You know what I'm saying? Help us build up the fan base. You know what I'm saying? Help us make this a national movement, right? Where else can you come and get a morning quickie? You know what I'm saying? Empire on AO, an empire of our own, right? Where else can you get Tribal Quotes? We almost at the end of Tribal Quotes, but it's not going to stop there. I'm going to come up with something else, trust me. Where else can you be on a journey and get what you get? You know what I'm saying? My whole piece is to bring you this stuff from a self-mastery, nation-building perspective. You know what I'm saying? Those of you that want to join the show, feel free to call in. All right? Lines are open. But hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. It is what it has always been. Once again, it's me and you. You know what I'm saying? So, we're going to roll through. We're going to read these proverbs and quotes, and we're going to break them down. Whether somebody join us or not.
You are the first participant on the call. Please hold while we wait for the others to
Y'all
join.
heard that. All right, so here we go. So day 88 is all about failure. I looked at the Proverbs in advance today, and it kind of surprised me that I actually found the theme that did today on day 88. Study, rest, and perfection, because it breaks down to study, rest, and perfection. Those that are in Gye-Nyame that's practicing your numbers, it is the number 7. Study, rest, and perfection, and it deals with failure, the power and the uses of failure, right? And it's almost like when we look into the Player's Pyramid, which is another book. I actually wrote this book and came up with the concept. It says tool number 5. No longer see failure, only feedback. Our failures help lead us to where we want to be in life. And we got to be crystal clear about that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are scared to try things because they feel ashamed of failure. They're scared to fail. They're scared to make mistakes. They're scared that they're going to get fired. You know what I'm saying? They're scared they might lose their income. But let me tell you this, man. Because sometimes I had the same fears. I had some of the same struggles that everybody out there has. You know what I'm saying? The point that I want you to grasp, though, is that if you think back to your life, some of the worst challenges, some of the things that you may have thought was some of the worst things that can happen to you actually ended up possibly being one of the greatest blessings that you have ever had. One of the hardest times I ever had in my life, possibly the biggest failures I had in my life, turned out to be a gem in the rough. All I had to do was take the time to shine it down and find out what, you know what I'm saying, and find that thing inside of it that glistens, right? So let's go on into this. Let's break this proverb down. Let's go and have some fun real quick. So first, for those that don't know, I'll read each one, then I'll come back and as randomly as I can select one of the 3, start my conversation, and then move from there. All right? But once again, I need to remind you, you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Right now, this is Tribal Quotes. And I am your host, Brother Hot Tim, and this is a Heart of a Simba production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Alright, so here we go. The first one is pretty long. Would you like me to give you a formula for success? It's quite simple, really. Double your rate of failure. You are thinking of failure as the enemy of success, but it isn't at all. You can be discouraged by failure, or you can learn from it. So go ahead and make mistakes. Make all you can, because remember, that's where you will find your success. That's from a dude by the name of Thomas J. Watts. Many a one has succeeded only because he has failed after repeated efforts. If he had never met defeat, he would never have known any great victory. Orson Sweet Martin. Last but not least, this is anonymous. Success, willing to do what the average person is not willing to do. Y'all got that? Alright, so let's go on. We're going to start with number 3, success. Success is Someone that is willing to do what the average person is not willing to do. To be successful in life and in any venture, we got to be willing to go the extra mile. We got to be willing to explore avenues that other people haven't explored. We got to be willing to do what other people aren't willing to do to be successful. Many of us say we want to be successful, but as soon as the first hardship comes up, we want to quit. As soon as the struggle begins, we want to quit. As soon as we got to pay some money, we want to quit. As soon as we lose some money, we want to quit. As soon as some blood show up, we want to quit. As soon as our lungs start to burn, we want to quit. Or the muscles start to ache, we want to quit. Or as soon as the hunger starts, we want to quit. The point is, we can't quit. Being successful means that we are willing to push ourselves when other people are trying to rest. It means we're willing to rise when other people are still asleep. It means that we're going to sleep when other people are still awake so that we can stay energized and stay healthy. It means that we are willing to possibly change our diet and to drop some habits. We're willing to do the things that other people aren't willing to do. We're willing to live in a way that other people aren't willing to live. Many of us want to live like we're successful now, when in fact we're still struggling. We want to get those large car payments. We want to get those big house payments, not really being able to afford it, trying to impress others rather than trying to impress our grind. Remember, we got to always remember, a Gye-Nyame saying is hustle builds muscle. Right? And we call it heart hustling, right? Because a lot of people, because those individuals that say they want success, they only talk success, but they don't really want success, they hustle from their stomachs. Don't be a stomach hustler. Your stomach grumble a little bit and your hustle increase. You hustling from your stomach, right? You hustling for the money. You're hustling for the meal. You're hustling for the material things. That means you're hustling for your stomach. Because in order to fill the stomach, a lot of times you got to put material things in it. Whether that material thing is the food or that material feeling, to feel that material, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to feel this material body. Nah, hustle from the heart. You know what I'm saying? When your heart get excited about something, that's when you find your passion. Well, hustling from the heart means to tap into your passion, and you get excited when you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? It feels good, right? So in order for us to be successful, right, it says being willing to do what others are not willing to do. That means we hustling from our heart. Because really, to get up early, like for example, you know, my daughter told me the other day, she said, 3 o'clock is really not even the start of the day. 3 o'clock is not really the start of the day. You know what I'm saying? 3 o'clock is the day hasn't really started. I said, yeah, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm up and I do my little meditation. You know what I'm saying? I struggle. It's a struggle. But the point is, I have to convince myself that I'm willing to do what nobody else is willing to do. When I jump in a cold shower, I'm willing to do what other people ain't willing to do. When I get out and I do my mile or I do my 3 miles, I'm willing to do what other people are not willing to do. When I want to get up and do my show, I'm willing to do what other people are not willing to do. Are you willing to do? And that's the question. Are you willing to do what other people are not willing to do? Are you willing to stay late? Are you willing to go in early? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to, as our ancestors say, burn the midnight oil? Oh my God, you know what I'm saying? See, because a lot of us don't understand that the dust of our failures, right? The dust of our grind, the dust of our hustle, right? And when we doing it and we fail, it forms that dust. We're grinding up against something. That grinding makes the powder and the dust upon which the road to success is built. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us, we run out of enthusiasm. Well, actually ain't enthusiasm. We run out of hype. See, because a lot of us get hyped up. See, y'all, we need to learn the difference. In Gye-Nyame, we trying to make sure that everybody understand, one of the things, understand the difference between enthusiasm and just hype. See, a lot of people get hyped about you. See, a lot of people get hyped about being in Gye-Nyame. They get hyped when they see young people drilling and older people able to drill them, or they see us doing our runs together, or they see us in our meetings. They get hyped and say, oh, man, I want to be part of that. You know, you get older people, oh, man, I want to be involved in the change. And people like, they get hyped. You know what I'm saying? But the problem with being hyped is that hype dies. You know what I'm saying? As soon as it get hard, hype goes away. Nobody get, you know what I'm saying, hype. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that. We need enthusiasm. There's a difference between enthusiasm and hype. What is the difference, Brother Hatim? The difference is hype is something that's external. You saw an outside stimulus and it moved you. Right? But it's not powerful until it comes from within you. I need individuals. I'm looking for individuals. And this is why people like, man, you still been doing the same. You've been doing the same. I've been doing the same shit since high school, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, the name may have changed, but I've been looking for those real people that when they see what I'm doing, it moves. It moves them from within. It moves them from within. I had to help my son make the right decision. You know what time it is. Hold on, let me take a commercial break. All right, I'll be right back.
The word is spreading. More and more people are switching to Ambit Energy.
Well, one of my neighbors switched, and then I switched. Now the whole neighborhood has Ambit.
Who doesn't want to save money?
The word is spreading. Switching to Ambit Energy is rewarding in more ways than one.
I signed up and got a travel reward. That's nice.
Oh, I get to save on energy and on travel?
There's a cruise for two out there just a few thousand kilowatts away. I can almost smell the sunscreen.
The word is spreading. Ambit Energy even lets you earn free energy.
When I get 15 friends to switch, I get free energy. I have 15 friends. At least I think I do.
Hey, I'd be telling people to switch to Ambit anyway.
If you'd like to switch to Ambit Energy, listen to the following contact information closely. Then spread the word.
Spread the word. You heard the man spread the word. Gye-Nyame Journey is a consultant with Ambit Energy. And you can reach us very simply by going to our Facebook page, Gye-Nyame Journey Energy. Or go to Facebook.com and go to Facebook.com/GNJ Energy. Right? And you go and you can like the page. Not only like the page, but go on and explore. Go to the sign up piece, sign up button, push the sign up button, go in and see how much money we can save you. Also, you go to our page, you go to Gye-Nyame Journey energy526.com. Once again, that's Gye-Nyame Journey, energy526.com. All right, let's keep it moving. I got to turn that back on. There we go. All right, so y'all can hear the music. All right, now, so we back, right? So now we didn't finish the first one, but let me read you something from the Players Pyramid. Alright, this is a part that I call the 6 tools. Now, within the 6 tools that you develop, you have to develop these 6 tools before you even get into using the Players Pyramid. You can't build a pyramid without tools, right? And the 6 tools are very, well, my fault. The 7 tools, my fault. The 7 tools are have a clear idea of what you want. Having a clear idea, what are you, realize and find what you are willing to sacrifice to reach your goal. See the end before you begin. Be open to learn new things about the world and yourself. No longer see failure, only feedback. Develop personal rituals that help you focus on your goals daily. And have a mentor or a hero. Now, no longer seeing failure, only feedback. When enough is understood, that is conquered. African openers to the tree of life. That's one of the quotes from that. I'm telling you, that book is cold. Y'all need to get into that book, right? We should never feel failure. We should learn to look to the world. We should learn to look at the world differently and eliminate the word failure from our vocabulary. Every time we do something new, we are bound to make mistakes. This is natural, but the problem is when we begin to confuse the outward results with who we are. We become ashamed or afraid to try again. What separates the great from the not so great is the ability to look at all opportunities, positive or negative, as feedback that shows us where we are in comparison to where we want to be. I learned to use my outcomes to gauge myself so that I know where I am in constructing my pyramid. For someone like this, failure does not exist, only feedback. So we need to go on and learn how to use this whole concept of failure as a gauge to let us know where we are. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's move on to the next one. I'm going to go to number one. Number one is kind of long. Would you like me to give you a formula for success? It's quite simple, really. Double your rate of failure. You are thinking of failure as the enemy of success, but it isn't at all. You can be discouraged by failure or you can learn from it. So go ahead and make mistakes. Make all you can, because remember, that's where you will find success. That's Thomas J. Watson, right? So that's a long statement. He basically gives you the secret success in there. Double your rate of failure. You want to succeed at something, you want to get better at something, double your rate of failure. You want to be a good basketball player, start missing shots. Don't miss shot on purpose, but start practicing your shots. In order to double your rate of failure, that don't mean go out and look for things to fail at. That means to practice more. See, that's what because some of us, we get kind of crazy with stuff, right? Practice more. The more you practice, the more you fail, right? The more you fail, then when the crunch time comes, failure will come less to you. You know what I'm saying? After failure, after you become familiar with failure, that's when failure starts coming to you. Many of us don't want to get familiar with failure. You know what I'm saying? We automatically think that everything is supposed to come natural to them. And that's why I discourage everybody from telling kids about how naturally smart they are. I hate that. You know what I'm saying? You're naturally smart. You're a natural genius. No, you got to find, even if you have to make it up, you got to help them find where they did work to get as good at what they are good at as they are. Let them know that they had to work for it. Let them know that there was time spent on becoming, even if they didn't recognize the time. Why? Because you cripple them when you're telling them, oh man, you're naturally good. Oh, you're just gifted. Oh, you're gifted. No. Find points where they had to do work. Find points where they had to make mistakes. Find points where they had to experience failure. Because when you do that, you empower them, because you let them know, dang, I can get better at this. Wow. It's other people on my tail. Are they practicing like I was practicing? Are they practicing harder than I was practicing? I want to have the highest math score. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not naturally good at math. I know that math I have to work at. So I know that if I was able to learn this soon in my life, I know I can learn more. Oh, I'm a natural. They told me I'm a natural reader. My dad said, no, hell no, you ain't a natural reader. No, you know what I'm saying? No, they try now with Cleve. Oh, man, no. Ain't nothing natural about this shit. You know what I'm saying, dog? We working at it. We getting better and better and better and better and better and better because we practice, because you're forced to listen to the videos that I'm giving you, and in those videos they're using words that you're not familiar with, and you're asking questions, and you're learning to listen to words in context of the sentence in which they are in, and you're able to use the words, and because you know how to sound the words out, you got a good idea how the words look, and because you know how the words look, you're able to read better, and because you're able to read the better, you have a better vocabulary, and because you have you have a better vocabulary, you can learn stuff faster. You can describe things clearer. So then when you take these tests, it's simple to you, right? So you think you are thinking failure as the enemy of success. Failure is not the enemy of success. In fact, it's the companion of success. It's a companion of success, right? But we tend to want to tell our kids that it is the enemy. Like, one of the problems I had to step away from the mic for a second. One of the problems that I have is that I have a lot of parents that expect things out their children that they're not capable of doing. I have parents that say, my kid don't have a bad day. Basically, this is what they're telling me. My kid ain't allowed to have a bad day. My kid got to come in and be perfect every day. I say, ma'am, or sir, do you have a perfect day every day? We call them green days, or you know what I'm saying? You have a green day every day? No. Then how you expect your child to have a green day every day? Is it really fair for you to expect something out your child that you can't do? That's like me expecting my children not to cuss. Oh, I'm going to deal with them when they do, but I can't be acting surprised when one of my kids busts out with a cuss. I just can't act surprised. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I can't act surprised when one of my children likes to talk. Like you can hear Sasha in the background doing what I'm doing, what she see me doing. Hopefully she's developing her vocabulary. I don't know, but she's supposed to be in bed. So this is what happens when you're trying to manage an organization, run a family, and do a podcast. This is real. It gets real at the Gye-Nyame house, yo. Hey, alright, but we only know if we try and if we fail. You know what I'm saying? Because people like, man, dude, because I keep on telling y'all, this is why I keep on telling y'all. I'm a living example of this, right? Man, I got over 1,000 podcasts. But do I have 1,000 hits on any one of them? No. I'm lucky if I get 100 hits on one of my podcasts. But I'm going back to what I told you before. I'm not doing this on hype. I'm doing this on enthusiasm. Enthusiasm means Theo in Theo. They told me it comes from the word in and Theo. God within. So it's that God within me that when it finds and attaches to that passion, that God flows out of me. And in flowing out of me, I get excited, man, and I got to share what I got because it feels so good. And some of y'all out there know what I mean. Some of y'all have a talent. Some of y'all have something that you develop to a point that when you do it, it feels good. Like if you ever went to a poetry reading and you know you got a real good poet and they close their eyes and they get into their poem, and it's almost like you can see them feeling the words. You can see them feeling the emotions as they flow out, as they read the verse. And that's one of the most beautiful things that I have ever seen. It's one of the most beautiful things that I have ever seen. Have you ever seen somebody that was really, really into math go and cut into a problem? Have you ever seen a child that was excited about reading a book jump into a book? And how, you know what I'm saying? And have you ever seen somebody enjoy reading that they really get into the book and you could be watching them reading and they just start laughing or you might see tears coming out their eyes because they really are into it. It's pulling that God up out of them. That's what you want to find. You know what I'm saying? You want to find that thing to pull it out. And then once you find it, pursue it. Pursue it. See, because the world will tell you not to pursue that because the world can't thrive if everybody moving towards greatness. We need a majority of the people, this world, the way it's designed, need a majority of the people to be mediocre. If you want to be mediocre, get the hell up off my podcast. This journey is not for mediocre or motherfuckers that's satisfied or fatherfuckers that's satisfied with being mediocre. You can't be mediocre and be on the journey. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Throw that mediocre shit up. Blow it up. Let it incinerate. Let it burn in your passion. You know what I'm saying? And regardless, your mama could be mad at you for pursuing your passion. Your daddy could be mad at you for pursuing your passion. But when you pursue that thing that moves, that truly moves, and I ain't talking about just something base. See, because a lot of y'all think, well, I enjoy having sex. I wonder if I can I really done have people say this to me. And I'm like, yo, most people enjoy having sex. And it ain't just because it's sex. It's because it's a natural instinct that we all have to fulfill in order for us to survive. It feels good because it pushes us into survival piece. But this is the issue. There are consequences that come from having sex. Can you support the consequences that come, whether the consequence is good or bad? Every time we lay down with somebody, and I need y'all to listen to this, every time you lay down with somebody, you give birth to something. Not just when you impregnate them with a physical child. Some of y'all got mental and spiritual children that are following you around and plaguing you in your life because you don't understand that every time you lay down, you create something. You give birth to something. And part of that thing that you give birth with is with the person that you lay down with. So be careful who you lay down with. Go lay down with a wicked individual and watch what follows you around. Right? Our ancestors I ain't even gonna say kind of. Our ancestors knew what they was doing when we used to select people for each other. Certain energies, man. Certain energies. Yo, you know, some of y'all have been in relationships and haven't seen that person for years and still is receiving the hell that came from that combination. And you can't figure out why. You know why? Because you got a child running around behind you, a spiritual child that you created that you got to figure out a way to dissolve. Let me tell you one quick way to dissolve it. Truly finding what your passion is and investing yourself in your passion, because those negative spiritual beings and those negative mental beings that we create, they can't sustain themselves in the light. And I ain't talking about just the light outside. See, because each one of you got to understand that you are like a sun. You are like a sun, and once you kindle that fire within you, it produces a spiritual and a mental light that those type of things can't hide from, and they dissolve within your light. You destroy them, especially if they're not healthy. Alright, so let's move on. I'm sorry. Like I said, that enthusiasm, you feel it? You feel it, right? Dude, this is my legacy. You know what I'm saying? This is what I was born to do. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. That's why I don't give a damn how many people listen. I really don't care. I don't care. Because I love doing this. My wife could be mad at me. My mama could be mad at me. People could be telling me I'm wasting I don't give a damn. This is what I was born to do. You know what I'm saying? Just because they didn't have this equipment when I was younger didn't mean I couldn't do it. No, see, I couldn't pursue what it was that I loved to do because I had to create it. I had to create self-mastery. I had to create, in a sense, nation building in the way that we exhibited in Gye-Nyame. I had to create warriorship in a way that it exists right now for Gye-Nyame. I had to come up with all this stuff I had to come up with. I had to create the story of Jesus. It had to flow from me. I'm just trying to let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Once you find your passion, man, there's nothing that's gonna stop you. And I've been doing this while I've been on the top of the world or in the bottom sleeping in somebody's basement. And I've been in both places. And you know what? I was happy in both. See, that's what a lot of y'all don't understand. See, because when you're not pursuing your dream, regardless of whether you got it all or have absolutely nothing, you're going to be miserable. But even if you are pursuing your passion and your passion leads you to the basement of a friend's house or even to a point where you may be sleeping outside because you are pursuing your passion, dude, you're going to be able to enjoy where you are. Because only in your passion, listen, only in that thing, that enthusiasm, when you allow that thing out of you, not only will it warm you, but your light will attract those things to you that you need. It also attracts some shit that you don't need too. But if your enthusiasm is true, all that fake shit, just like the spiritual and the mental, all the fake shit that people shooting at you or coming at you with will dissolve right before your eyes. And the thing that you need will really start appearing. And I know there's people out there that can feel me because y'all been through it, right? So now, let's finish this one up. You can be discouraged by failure, or you can learn from it. Like I told you before, failure is a learning. It's part of learning. See, and we forget this with our children, man. We forget this as we was young. When we was young, man, none of y'all came out the womb walking. None of y'all walked up out your mother's womb. That was a process. None of you just came out talking. That was a process. I know some of y'all want me to think, oh man, I started reading at 3. It was just natural for me. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was a process. So why now, because you 30 and 40 and 50 years old, you know what I'm saying? You think all of a sudden you're just supposed to get something. It's a process to getting in shape. It's a process. And just like walking as a child, you can't give up. As a child, you didn't stop until you was able to master walking. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, hang in there. Push it. Don't be discouraged. Failure is your teacher. Failure is making you better. Failure is building you up. Failure is honing, helping you hone your skills. It's helping you to sharpen your sword. So go ahead and make mistakes. Make all you can, because remember, that's where you will find your success. Only through failure. Only through failure, right? Will you be able to find your success? Only through failure. Read the stories of all your heroes. Read biographies, so that you can be encouraged to know that, you know, most of those individuals found their success in failure. Last one, then we're going to call it a night. Many a one has succeeded only because he has failed after repeated efforts. If he had never met defeat, he would never have known great victory. Orson Sweet Martin. Many a one has succeeded only because he has failed after repeated efforts. Need I say more? Need I say more? I don't need, really, you know what I'm saying? This is, and you got to beat this, make your affirmation, get your affirmation together in the morning, right? Every morning you say your affirmation, make sure you have something in there about continuous effort. Continuous effort, right? But make sure you find your passion, right? And now let me tell you, this is a process of finding your passion, because something might set a fire in you for a minute, but then that fire might go out. But that thing, if you pursue it, will lead you to the next thing. And that next thing will lead you to the next thing. On and on until you finally bump into your passion. And then what's going to hurt you is that you had your passion the whole time. You just didn't know it. I didn't know this was my passion. I didn't know I liked it. Oh, wow. I didn't know I could get so much joy out of this. Some of y'all walk past what you're supposed to be doing every day. You drive by to work. That's how the universe is funny like that. All right? It torments us. All right? Hey, so remember, check us out on Patreon. Support Gye-Nyame journey with Ambit. You know what I'm saying? Or just get a membership in the journey, right? Help support what we're doing. This weekend we will be going to the Underground Railroad Museum, and what I'm gonna do is I just need a reminder. I'm going to do a podcast with the young people there. I'm be interviewing them while I'm there. So I'm be building up something so I can put together a show. So hopefully I remember. This is Brother Tim. I want to thank you for joining us on the journey. I want to remind you that on Tuesdays we do folk tales for grown folks. On Wednesday we do tribal quotes. We got 2 more days left. We got 2 more sessions left for tribal quotes. I would suggest that everybody out there get your Gye-Nyame Journey workbook, tribal quotes. You can order it off our website, gyenyame.com. You get that book, and I would suggest that you work through it. You can start, and then, like I said, you can come back and you can listen to some of the shows prior to, because I got every page in this book covered on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. It's a Heart of a Symbol production. You know that. And you know that we strive to grow up your old paradigms. Those of you that's true out there, remember to catch us in the morning. Thank you for those that's been checking out the new show, AL. You know what I'm saying? AL. You know, some of y'all, that's our little secret chant. You know, people ain't gonna know. I say, AL. Right? AL. You know what I'm saying? So, this is Brother Tim, and I'm out. You have a great night.